apostrophe, 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 apostrophe. There are two uses for the apostrophe. First, it is used to show that a word has been shortened or that two words have been combined. For example, I'll be there, so don't say that I won't.
This use of the apostrophe to shorten a word is not usually seen in legal writing, as it is considered too informal for most situations. Second, the apostrophe is used to express the genitive form, sometimes called the possessive form. For example, the client's payment was late. When more than one person or thing owns something, put the apostrophe after the S. For example, the client's payments were late. You could put this another way by saying, the payments of the clients were late. However, this looks very clumsy and laborious by the standards of modern English. Take care when using it. It only takes an apostrophe when it is short for it is or it has. For example, it's a straightforward case. When using it in a possessive sense, the apostrophe should be omitted. For example, this agreement has its advantages. Quotation marks, quotation marks, quotation marks, quotation marks, quotation marks. In British English, single quotation marks should be used for a first quotation. For example, he wrote, "That is the most important question." Double quotation marks should be used for any quotation within a quotation. For example, he wrote, she said, "That is the most important question." Single quotation marks should be used again for any quotation inside a quotation inside a quotation. For example, he wrote, she said, "That is the most important question he asked during his Marlborough Hall speech." The closing quotation mark should come before all punctuation marks unless these form part of the quotation itself. For example, did the judge really say, "That lawyer is a fool"? But the judge asked, "Is that lawyer a fool?" Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. The circumstances in which question marks are used are as follows. To follow every question that requires a direct answer. For example, what does that mean? However, note that a question mark is not required after indirect questions. For example, he asked me what that meant. A question mark may also be placed before a word or phrase the accuracy of which is doubted. For example, Josie, Zanico, forward slash, forward slash, forward slash, forward slash, forward slash. The main use for the forward slash in legal text is to express ratios or situations in which two words are being contrasted with one another. Here are some examples. Debt, equity swaps, price, earnings ratio, sterling, dollar rate, risk, return relationship. The forward slash is also sometimes seen in certain abbreviations, particularly in British English. Examples include care of, without, and S/E, single-engined. capital letters, capital letters, capital letters, capital letters, capital letters. Legal texts are rather frequently littered with excessive capitalization, which is 1. Grammatically incorrect, and 2. Distracting for the reader. Capital letters should only be used in the following situations. At the beginning of a sentence, for example, "Thank you for your letter." When writing proper names, for example, London, Angela Merkel, Fleet Street. When writing names that derive from proper names, for example, Christianity, Marxism.
For certain abbreviations, for example, USA, NATO, WTO.
For a defined term in a legal document where the definition uses a capital letter, for example, Roggins plc, hereinafter referred to as the company. The main difficulty that arises is that writers fail to distinguish clearly between 1. Proper names and ordinary nouns, and 2. Defined terms and ordinary nouns. So next time you find yourself using capitals for such terms as a group of companies or the sales contract, ask yourself whether the noun in question is either genuinely a proper name or a defined term. If the answer to both these questions is no, change to lowercase. A particular problem arises where a certain word, such as company, appears as both a defined term and an ordinary noun in a document. In these cases, it is necessary to identify which is which. The use of the definite article, the before the defined term, and of words such as a, any, or other before the ordinary noun should be of assistance in this regard. For instance, the company has the same rights as any other company.